I thought I had said all I needed to say in the last video on this Tanya Hilton, Felida the Geek, death of speech horse shit, but it's not going away as it should. Again, if you're not interested in this and don't care, and again, I can't blame you, then please, by all means, go and enjoy something else. Comments on this video are set to approval only and voting has been disabled. This is not restricting anyone's freedom of speech. You can still leave a comment here, you can PM me, or you can make your own video if something really ticks you off. Standing policy all along on this matter has been one of silence and non-response. Too many real-life things were at risk to speak out. Recent events have made this policy impossible to maintain any longer. Why am I making this video? A recent video Truce Friction made called "Will You Tolerate This?" has inspired me to break my silence and make this video. New threats made by Tanya Hilton against Timoise Girl have also spurred me to respond. The Liverpool meetup is coming up soon, and Felida wants to be squeaky clean fun Felida again. Also, Tanya Hilton has apparently gone on a flagging campaign. Can't say for sure that it's her, and she'll probably deny it, but it's either her or one of her goons on her instruction. And finally, I'm doing this because this shit has to stop. I'll try not to chop it up too much with edits. I've gotten a lot of new subscribers since my last video on this topic, so I'll give a quick rundown of what happened. YouTube users Felida the Geek and Death of Speech together released private and personal information on several YouTubers, including myself. They released enough information that within minutes I had people contacting me, letting me know that they were able to locate me using the information Felida the Geek and Death of Speech released. These are people who had never contacted me before, but they were able to do so because they released the information. For me, it was my full name, first and last. They associated it to my YouTube name, then later added my picture in for good measure by displaying a screen cap of my Skype profile. All for the crime of trying to help them mediate a resolution. Because of the actions of Felida the Geek and Death of Speech, I've had to take some measures to protect my privacy, measures which I'm sure you'll understand won't be discussed here. Others involved have had to take far more extreme and far more expensive and very, very necessary measures to protect themselves. Out of respect for what they're going through, I won't get into specifics there either. This should have been over and done with long ago, but an overwhelming amount of my own time is still dedicated to dealing with this, and with Felida's continuing attacks on a daily basis. It's now May, and this all began for me in February. For others, it's been going on longer. I'm still undecided as to whether this channel stays or goes. If it goes, it won't be because my security is at risk. It will be because I don't want to take part in a YouTube community where users again turn a blind eye to Tanya Hilton's patterns of abuse, intimidation, backstabbing, threats, lying, and causing personal damage. Death of Speech, a man not normally at a loss for words, has fallen conspicuously silent on this whole issue. Maybe he realizes he fucked up, but I doubt it. Felida the Geek, however, continues to exert pressure, recruiting a parade of what have been coined her flying monkeys to do her bidding and further harass those she has already harmed. She recruits them by telling them lies and half-truths, playing on their sympathies and depicting herself as the victim. The flying monkeys get wise after a while, however, when they see the level of obsession that she maintains over this. They discover that they have been lied to, and in time, they all leave her. If you want more details, refer to the building archive of evidence at the Truce Friction channel. They have a lot of videos, approaching 200 now, I think, so pack a lunch. Some of their videos are entertaining, some are infuriating, but they all contribute to the public knowledge of Felida the Geek's well-established patterns of behavior. Lots of people have asked me who Truce Friction is, and I wish I knew. Felida the Geek has leveled the charge that I am Truce Friction, along with several others. I am not, nor do I believe that any of the others she's accused of being Truce Friction are. I would, however, like to sincerely thank Truce Friction for chronicling this as accurately and as detailed as they have. And yes, I said they. The one thing that I do know for sure about Truce Friction is that there's more than one person involved. If you think this is all just weak YouTube drama, as I believe Death of Speech had the gall to call it, then I'm sorry. This is not drama. This is serious impact on real lives. Mentioning my Skype profile earlier reminded me of something. I feel at this point I have to deliver a warning for anyone who is on Felida's Skype contacts list. Felida the Geek proudly announces that she hands out her login information to other people. She hands it out to anyone who asks. She has stated this, and she continues to offer her Skype login to people. She offered it to me. I refused. At the time, I was operating as one of several mediators working to try to bring about a workable solution to this whole mess. She claims after the fact that I refused her Skype login credentials because I was biased, meaning I was not on her side. No, I wasn't on anyone's side. Mediators don't take sides. But I'd hardly expect her to understand this, and I understand that she constantly pressured Halcyon, the main mediator, to pick a side throughout the whole failure of a mediation. Neutrality doesn't exist in her world. I refused the Skype credentials because I recognized and understood the breach of privacy that it represented. But yeah, if you're unlucky enough to be on Felida the Geek's Skype contact list, you've had your private information compromised, thanks to her, many times, and you probably didn't even know about it. She won't even say how many times she's given out her login credentials to other people. She won't say who she's given it to either. My guess is she's lost track. But anyway, I don't want to dwell on that. I just wanted to warn people on her contact list that she exposes your private information willingly to others without a second thought about it. Tanya Hilton is intent on continuing to cause damage. She's exhibiting classic indications of obsession. Just yesterday, we find Tanya Hilton making new threats to drop even more information, this time information with which she was entrusted in strictest confidence. She wanted to put information out there about the fact that Tomoise girl was the victim of a violent crime. A very violent crime. So violent, in fact, that she almost died from the extent of the trauma that she received in the hospital. Felida knew all about this before I ever talked to her, and that can be proven. Tomoise girl has given me permission to release this information, and I thank her for this. Both Tomoise girl and Miss Pure Fiction have shown tremendous bravery and strength through this. Tanya Hilton has been holding this over Tomoise girl's head the whole time. She has been threatening to release this information. Now she's publicly threatened to release it, continuing to victimize Tomoise girl. This will never stop unless we end it here and now. We could have launched an all-out assault on Felida, but we held back. And you know what, Tanya Hilton? You told me something in that conversation that we had, that you expected me to keep confidential, and I gave you my word that I would. You know what I'm talking about, and that means something to you. Now, unless you were lying to me again, it will remain confidential. That's right. I'm not threatening to release it, and I will not release that information to anyone because I understand and value what confidentiality is all about. And now I've taken that weapon away from you. So how much damage is enough, Tanya Hilton? Tomoise girl is still receiving crank calls. It's been 3 months. When do you stop? Tomoise girl's car has been vandalized repeatedly. What is your limit, Tanya Hilton? What is your limit? She had dead flowers delivered to her door.